Welcome to Dark Mode. It's the show where I bribe you to watch. People win stuff. We ask our audience questions. They answer. If we use their answers on the show, they win anywhere from $10 to $100 cash or free product. And you compete against our hosts. I'm going to tell you how to get entered into future shows later. But first up, co-hosts today. Thanks for being here. Liv, second podcast of all time.
In my life, I feel like I've made it right now.
You're pro. You're a pro. Casey, probably like the third or fourth 100 podcast of all time.
Yeah, I feel like a pro.
Not a single one has been. He's still not famous though.
Yeah, not even close.
Really, more of an indictment of me than you, though.
Kind of infamous, really.
Right? Yeah, infamous amongst the people in this room, I would say.
All right, I'll take that.
All right, here's our first segment. We got a fill in the blank prompt. We've asked our audience to fill in the blank. If we've chosen their answer, we probably got about 60, 70 answers. If we've chosen their answer, they win $10 cold hard cash. The prompt is, you know you're getting old when, ... You know you're getting old when blank.
Okay.
You know you're getting old when your body starts to sound like Rice Krispies.
Interesting.
Are you Poppy? Are you a Poppy guy?
I am not
Are you a cracky guy?
I'm not a crackly. I pop, but
You
like
pop, but you don't
single
crackle.
pops usually not.
Like
nothing
big
like that.
pops that are on purpose?
Yeah, it's usually purposeful. Yeah.
Are you so you're not a person who like gets out of bed and their knees are like and then their toes and ankles.
I got an ankle that it clicks a lot.
You go like that and
But it's a clicker. It's not really
Rice Krispies feels like clicky to me. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Yeah.
But
You
yeah.
big clicky.
Yeah, it's still not like it's a little crunchy
I
in
feel
there.
like
but...
I've been clicking though. That's not a whole thing.
No, that's that
I've
one
been
ankle. Like,
clicking.
yeah. Not a whole lot of shit.
Are you clicking yet?
I have my moments.
You're pretty clicky.
I had a realization the other day.
Yeah.
One bend of the knees, and I never got back up.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm just like
Just on your knees perpetually? You just live?
you're still on your
Walked
knees.
in here,
Yeah, I came in on my knees.
all bent.
But we're not doing phrasing anymore?
My man does not mind it actually. So I'm just
Actually strengthened us. So.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were having problems.
Yeah.
Can't say
And
the
we're
same
not
thing.
having problems now.
My knee health degraded, but my
Really?
relationship has never been better.
Yeah, never. Yeah. I do think actually if I were to, this isn't the relationship advice episode. I do think a general like advice of more oral sex would be like, I think good relationship advice that I would give people.
Both ways.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, that's,
Whoa.
I will,
Ah.
let me put this out there. This isn't even a brag. I think I, like many men, like it the direction of giving more than receiving.
Really?
Yeah,
I would.
it's like yeah.
I would
Wow.
second
that.
It's like,
Well,
it's like this is nice.
it's a task
like
at
this.
hand, you know?
Yeah. Men do well with a project.
We need
Yeah.
something to,
Yeah.
like, what are you supposed to be doing when
Hard-working
you're
men.
receiving?
For sure. Yeah, I'm like, dude, she can't talk back to me.
I'm trying to be respectful.
Well, we love that mutually too, because you guys certainly can't talk back.
Right.
Yeah.
What's
Wait, is
that? What's that? Oh, sorry, I said.
Does that not ring true to you the opposite way? Like, do you think
Ah.
women...
Do you enjoy
opposite?
receiving or do I think a lot of men, and this probably goes both ways, but I think there's
Yeah.
plenty of men who enjoy give. That's
Yeah.
we're on a tangent, but that's all right. Let's go.
I would say I definitely would prefer the receiving
Really?
end of things.
Do you think most women?
Yeah, it's just a lot of work down there.
You know,
A lot of work.
dicks are not great though.
Yeah.
Dicks
Yeah.
are kind of a bummer.
Well, I mean, in a vacuum, though, let's be real. None of them are like picnics and daisies. Like,
Yeah.
it's all about what you do with it. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Upkeep, maintenance, stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I've run into ones that I'm not fans of, but
You talk about dicks, of
yeah,
course.
Yeah, obviously.
Right.
Um,
I'm fans of
Solid.
all of them. Everyone I've ever seen,
yeah,
I'm pretty
they're
much a
always
fan.
Great. So that's
Yeah.
why I don't know why we're being so harsh on it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
Like,
dicks are
God,
great.
I was like, ugh.
So hard on it.
Yeah.
Hard on it. Ooh. I got a boner to
is a-
pick with you about
Yeah.
it. Oh.
I just feel like on the guys' end it is a little bit easier. Well, I mean, I can't personally speak from my own situations, but for the girl, it's just a lot of work. It's lockjaw. It's
True. You're like, it's like, how about I
Breathing through the
choke for the
nose.
next 20 minutes?
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different thing for
And
sure.
you're like just teasing the gag reflex, like, ooh, maybe,
No, sir.
maybe.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
having PTSD to the last story.
Yeah.
I think the word ordeal is accurate
Correct
there.
term.
I will.
Yeah.
I will say it is the other direction. There's not the gagging, but there's a lot of work on the jaw. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's,
You gotta work. It's good for your jaw muscles.
There's
I think
more wear and
honestly, your
tear.
face shape probably improves if you're going down a lot.
You know the women with a real nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
They're
Got a
putting
square
in work
jaw.
for that.
You know you're getting old when you make noise when you get up and when you sit down. You get getting up noises at a certain age,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, I remember
And then
that.
you get sitting down noises.
I think those just started happening.
Yeah,
actually,
it is not voluntary. You're not doing it on purpose.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
They're pretty similar, but they're different. They're almost
There's-
played in reverse of each other.
Yeah, it's like doing a squat. You're doing a squat one direction, you're still doing a squat the other direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, sitting down noises. That is a good one because getting up noises, I'm like, I think that happens early on. You making getting up noises yet? Or
Oh,
your man?
Definitely.
Your man making getting up noises?
Do
Yeah.
you make any noises when you get down?
We're just going to keep going back to
You
this
will?
now. Yeah.
Pretty
I also
one
I have to go back to. I like how the first the prompt was do you have like Rice Krispie like crinkles and stuff, and then we end on oral sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. The natural progression.
Everything,
Of the
yeah, the natural,
conversation.
sure.
That's where this head. That's where this head.
I'm
went
a-
You
anyway.
clearly haven't done very many podcasts with us.
Well, I'm about to
It's a
snap,
lot of
crackle, and-
blowjobs.
Lot of blowies.
Yeah, a lot of blowies on this pod.
Yeah.
Okay, you know you're getting old when you have to scroll to find your birth year on online forums.
Oh, man, that happened a long time ago, though.
When now you're scrolling. Like now
Yeah.
you're like it was
Oh.
for a while it was just it was
Right
it dipped below. That was a moment. It dipped below and then now you're
Now
doing one of these and you're waiting
yeah, we're at this spot where it's like you just start doing it, and then
and you try and catch it.
you go past it. Is what
Yeah,
that
you-
was my
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Once you start going past the date and then back up, that's because if you just barely miss a screen, you're like, oh, okay, just go a couple more down.
Yeah.
But if you're like, nah, just
Yeah. I'm rolling the roulette reel and I'm just wheeling, I'm just trying to stop it. And I'm like, oh, 85, I got pretty close.
that's
75, I got closer than the current year, that's for sure.
yeah.
Are you scrolling yet?
I do a little.
Yeah.
I'm
On
still-
phones, smaller
I-
phones.
You still can't see it though. You
Yeah.
gotta do one little.
That's
one
not.
little-
That's that's adulthood. You know what I mean? I think that's how you know your brain's fully developed. Is you're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I scroll a little bit to find my birth year.
I wonder how old what the oldest birth date of like a living person is right now.
Yeah, where do they cut it off?
100 some
at?
odd, right? Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's
Where do
over
they
100,
cut those
obviously.
online forms off? That's a
Yeah,
great question.
yeah.
They go crazy far back, I think. but-
1900, you
but
think?
Maybe not. Yeah, it's got to be 1900. That's covering everybody, obviously. But
For
like,
sure.
I wonder.
It would be
what is
wild
right
if
now.
it went back to down to like 1930. And if you're 96, you're just like, oh well, I guess me then.
Yeah, like
I'm not allowed to fill these out.
yeah,
They're like, well, you didn't put your birthday in. You're like, you're like, I'm a
it
ghost.
wasn't an option.
Well,
I am a ghost. I don't have a birthday anymore.
Yeah, I'm like one of the people in the Social Security thing that
Yeah.
are 240 years old.
I'm getting them.
Well, okay, Elon, get him.
You know you're getting old. You know you're getting old when you talk. This might be a British person. Sorry, interrupted myself. You know you're getting old when you talk to your mate and find out he's had a kid since you last spoke, and that kid is a teenager.
You
I don't know if he's your mate.
Yeah, if you haven't talked to him.
No. Actually, correction. That would 100% happen to you.
Oh no, yeah, big
Yeah.
time. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Yeah, you could talk to somebody and be like, "How are things these days?" And they're like, "Yeah, James is playing travel ball." You're like, "Oh, like, was he
which
like
one's that?
8, 9, 10?" You're like,
Yeah.
No, Legion ball. He's in high school.
Yeah, dude, he is D1. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's got a scholarship.
Dude, he plays for the Nuggets.
Yeah, yeah. No, that would happen to you actually,
No, dude,
which is a very adult thing for you. Like you've always been antisocial, but when you're younger, you're sort of forced in
There's-
social situations.
There's a real thing going on with adults where it's like, I don't give a shit about other people's kids, no matter how much I give a shit about that adult. Even I mean, that
Yeah,
sounds terrible.
yeah. Well, you're saying that
But
because
it's
you
kinda
don't even
true.
know my kids' names.
That's
Right.
I honestly have to think for a second. I'm like, wait, how many kids do you have again? Because it's one big blur of
It's
blonde,
true.
blue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Real,
like-
real Aryan family.
It is.
We're
it's-
big
you're
on-
going on a march, like out of the womb.
For sure.
Your wife
We
never
are creating the
You're doing it.
No, I'm gonna self-filter that joke. I think
You're doing
white
the
guy
damn
with
thing.
blue eyes making Aryan jokes. Maybe not the best look. I think, but yeah, that's pretty much what
Roll the dice, baby.
it's true. We make just the one brand of kid.
Donald Trump's president again.
Yeah.
I think you can roll
I
the
think
dice.
you're allowed to
Yeah,
say
I like
racist.
it.
You're allowed to say racist stuff now. Yeah.
Yeah. I embrace David Duke. No.
Back to the good old days.
Yeah, back to the good old days when we could say retard and stuff.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
those back. We're back.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. So that kid could be a teenager though. That is actually whoever thought that up, pretty good one. I don't know if that's happened to them.
I think that is one that probably happens to you, and you go, that was a moment.
I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm old enough that I still consider them a friend,
Yeah,
and I haven't talked to them in 15 years.
that might be the bigger point of
That actually-
of the story.
That is a
It's
great
not
point.
that it's like if you're 60, yeah, but we just talked only 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a quarter of your life still, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for
Fair.
sure. But like, if you're like you, dude,
Yeah. No,
quarter of your life, that's like nothing.
we've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have people you consider good friends
Yeah.
that you haven't talked to for like 7 years at this point.
Maybe. Yeah.
7
Who knows?
years.
You know? Like,
Maybe not. You only have
Nah.
like 2 good friends.
nah,
so.
I don't. I was just going along with it.
You don't know about their
Not
kids.
you.
though.
I'm gonna yes and you when you're saying yes and when you're saying no to the
I
same
appreciate-
thing. Even
I
like,
appreciate
yeah, you're
that.
right.
I
No,
appreciate
yeah,
that.
you're also
Yeah.
not right.
Of course.
As long as you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
you're wrong, I also think you're wrong.
You know you're getting old when you say, "I'm trying to cut out simple sugars," and you're not being ironic.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Ew.
hate people
Well,
who say that.
Yeah.
You don't like people
I
who
hate old people.
you don't like old people, or you don't like people who try and watch their carbs.
Ugh. Yeah, that.
Because if you were trying to watch your carbs, you know how you could do that, Casey.
No, John. I don't want to.
You can do it with a bag of Royal bagels. That's the plain flavor.
Oh my god, dude! You can't play. You do this all the time,
I
though.
know, I'm just gonna put those in front of you. I bet you eat them all before the end of this episode.
I.
3-1 odds on that.
What do you give me if I do?
I would give you another bag.
Another roll.
Another bag of Royal bagels.
I don't. But I won't need any more. I'll
Well,
have
but for
had my fill.
tomorrow, you know.
I'll have had tomorrow's fill too. There's 3 bagels in here.
I've got 6 sleeves
I
in
don't
the
know, man.
freezer right now.
I will give you something. I haven't
I,
decided.
mean, I
You
gotta
put me
know
on
if
the
I
spot.
need to be working on this.
Well, I think just eat what comes naturally to you. I don't know. It is weird to probably eat on the podcast. You know what? You do you. You do what's natural to you.
Ooh.
But if you were trying to watch your carbs, you could do that. You could shove that whole bagel in your mouth like that, and it's got 2 grams of net carbs.
Oh.
It's got not 10 grams of protein. Oof. It's got 9 grams of fiber. Only 70 calories. You know how much calories? Just take a guess. How much calories that like a normal bagel has? Do you know?
Was it like 120?
350.
Seriously?
It's got like 20. It's 80% less calories.
Holy cow.
They're pretty good.
That actually.
It is good. Yeah, no, I think it's like I'm being very cheesy about the Royal Bagels because I do want people to buy them because I need people to buy them because this isn't cheap and I need to pay for this. But like when I tell people, no, it's like 70 calories, 350 is the normal.
crazy.
It is kind of like, okay, well, do they taste good? And then you try them and you're like, oh yeah, they taste.
We're gonna have to watch
taste
Casey
pretty
when
good.
he walks out so he doesn't blow away in the wind.
It's gonna be so light
So light.
from all that weight he's losing.
Toss me that back. Give me the one that was in your mouth.
You don't want the crumpled up? Good, nice.
Ah.
I like it. I like it.
Let me give it a test drive.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
if you do say so yourself.
it's a fluffy heaven in my mouth.
I know you're not a big fan of the Royo bit, but you know they are. The bagels are undeniable, my guy.
Man, I feel like a duck at the pond right now.
Yeah, just
There's-
chomping.
There's a small chance
That was good.
that I put too much bagel in my mouth.
No, not possible. That can't be. How could that be?
I was also
Casey,
shocked
I
about
just
it.
want to remind you, you do have liquid on the other side of you.
That's for cowards.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
it's
true.
for cowards.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Denzel Washington, baby.
Yeah. It's for cow. That's my son in there. That's my son in there. He always says that. He's always saying that.
Oh man, I wish I could think more Denzel quotes right now.
I don't even know if that is a Denzel quote, but I feel like it is, and I feel like it's from multiple movies.
Yeah, probably, definitely John Q.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably what it is from, but it's got to be more movies than that. All right, while you're working on that, while you're going through it, you could go, if somebody was watching, they could go to eatroyo.com and they could watch their simple sugars, even if they're doing it unironically, especially if they're doing it unironically. If you're doing it ironically, I guess it's still cool. You can still buy my bagels, but definitely if you're doing it unironically. All right. You know you're getting old.
When you shove half a bagel in your mouth.
You regret it.
Yeah.
Casey does a lot of food stuff. It's kind of your
Make 'em
like
do it.
anytime we have a thing where like
Food play?
let's do a skit where there's gonna be some crazy thing happening with food. There's never a question who's gonna do the crazy stuff with food.
Hello.
It's not like, okay, should you do it? Should I? We don't even talk about it. We don't discuss it.
It's Casey's trademark. you
Yeah,
know.
it's his go-to. He's like, look at me.
I gotta be good for something, y'all.
I look like a guy who's gonna drink a thing of Tabasco,
Calling the closer.
which you've
Straight
done.
up, calling the closer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tabasco's my
You know you're getting old when you start talking about things that happened in the past 10 years as if they're current events. Yes.
It's like just happened to me. I don't even remember what it was.
Just happened to me. When was that? 2017, 2018? Just barely.
Yeah.
I've been doing that one.
No way, because you were in high school not that long ago. You've been in high school in the
Yeah,
past
and
10
I had
years.
a great 8 years before that.
You don't know. I don't think you start doing that till you've been out of high school 10 years. Because what happens is
No.
once you're out of high school, you feel like there's like two times. There's like high school, like when you're in school, and then there's like after.
Yeah.
And it's like you feel like you could be 35 or 40, and everything that's happened after school feels recent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that is very true though.
Yeah. John and I have been working together for like over 7 years now.
That's what she was saying. She was like, "How long you guys been working together?" I'm like,
Oh, I
I think it was 28.
was trying to get the bagel situation under control, so yeah.
Well, she said that when you were in the bathroom. I think.
Oh,
it
sorry,
was
I
before
thought I
this.
just checked out and
Yeah, if the
didn't hear
audience is like,
something.
she didn't say that.
You're
Ah,
chatting
you
it up,
fucking
Casey.
liar! I hate the host of this show. He lies all the time. Oh, it pisses me off.
Son of a.
He's always lying.
Oh, I swear to God, I'm only gonna keep watching this show every time they put an episode out.
Yeah.
That's it, though.
Yeah, but
I'm
yeah.
definitely gonna like and subscribe too.
And like, and probably I'm gonna hit the bell icon so I get notifications.
But I'm gonna do it angrily.
Right. And I'm gonna probably win money if I do because I'm gonna submit stories and I'm a funny guy or girl or lady.
Comment how much John lying about Liv
Angers you.
makes you mad. Yeah.
You know you're getting old when you're absolutely raging if they rearrange the grocery stores. How do you feel about the rearrangement of the Yeah, I get it. I don't rage over this.
Liv, you're a woman. How do you feel about the grocery store?
Yeah,
You're a woman.
as a woman who does all the buying for the household.
Well, they don't usually let me out of the kitchen very
Right.
often, so
As they
You gotta
should.
have
But-
shoes to go to the grocery store, Casey. And what use does she have?
Yeah, who's
Or
gonna drive
shoes?
her?
Who's
what am
gonna
I
drive her
gonna
there?
do? Yeah, I don't even have my license.
You're
so-
not answering the important questions.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, I feel like honestly, it hasn't happened that frequently, but I do like a little switch up sometimes.
Really, you
I will say-
enjoy. You're like, give me a challenge.
Yeah, it usually feels a little bigger. I got nothing but time, baby.
Yeah.
So I
yeah.
will go-
If I'm at the
I'll go
store,
look
I'm
around.
there. Yeah.
Little
I'm there to
scavenger hunt.
stay.
Yeah.
I kind of like, yeah, it is like a little surprise every time.
I will say, if I'm at the store without my family, without my kids, I'm like, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It takes me an extra hour here. I'm okay. It's an extra hour away from the kids.
I do see that. If you have like obligations or something, though,
Yeah,
I
for
would
sure.
probably be more peeved.
Right. Yeah. Most people would.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
I'm more of like a parent that's like a not a very good parent kind of
Yeah.
parent.
Hands off and
That's my vibe.
out of life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think what bothers me more is different locations of the same store,
Having different Walmart.
different layouts. Yeah,
Walmart is
Oh,
famous
yeah.
for this. They have
Yeah.
no consolidated. There's not. I mean, the food's in the food section, and that's it.
I mean,
Yeah.
because you'll walk in and you'll swear you know where something is in that store, and you'll commit and you'll be like, it's all the way to the right. And you
Yeah.
so for whatever reason, you came in all the way on the left entrance.
For sure.
You
For
went
sure.
all the
I
way
mean,
across
you
the
would
store.
never come on the right. Yeah.
You look and you're like, this is spray paint. I thought for sure this is where the dog food was. And you're
Right.
like, would those things even be near each other? No. Where the is the dog food in
Right,
this store?
right.
And then you got to find somebody, which that's half a nightmare.
And then
anyway.
they're like, it's next to the diapers, and you're like, what?
Where the
Why?
fuck are the diapers though? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, the diapers, they're right next to the appliances. Like,
Yeah, which is next to the milk,
Yeah.
obviously. Yeah, that Walmart is
this up.
notorious for bad placements of products.
Yeah.
yeah. If you've ever been in not a supercenter Walmart, it's hell on earth.
Yeah, like a small one, like a neighborhood Walmart.
It's like all of the drawbacks of Walmart with none,
With
of, the
none of the
positives.
perks.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's not even like cheaper stuff there. It's,
It's like, it feels like
they're like, we
being-
just made another store because people would buy things.
it feels like being in a Kmart, like pretending to be a Walmart.
A Kmart I don't think those exist
Do you,
anymore.
when you feel old, what makes you feel old? Knowing a Kmart.
Knowing what Kmart and Shopco are.
Shopco.
Shopco.
Yeah.
Yeah, dang.
You know you're old when legal adults don't understand you when you quote a movie.
Oh yeah, sure.
You had 20-year-olds. You're quoting a movie, big movie. You're quoting Superbad, and they're like, "What?"
Huh?
You're like, "Funny thing about my is it's located on my back," and they're like, "The are you talking about?" No, it's
Gotten
not.
many reports.
It's located on your or
You got a on your. Well,
yeah.
well,
That's not wrong.
well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Technically correct. Not what I meant to say, but technically correct. No, yeah, I'd get that one, or just references in general.
Yeah.
Like I think I have. There's like this Gen Z kid who works with me, or he did work with me my last job, and I was like, yeah, dude, that's like some Y2K. He's like, what? Y2K? Like, you talking about like fashion? What are you talking about? I'm like, fashion? I didn't even know Y2K was fashion. Is this?
Yeah.
Are you wearing it right now? Is that it?
No, this is definitely not. This isn't Y2K.
What is Y2K? Is it more neon-y?
Y2K, like early 2000s, think of like Britney Spears, Paris Hilton.
Yeah. Low rise
like,
jeans.
So less
still.
mini
clothes.
skirts.
No clothes. Not wearing
You
clothes.
could throw out a good cargo, like a
There-
little
yeah.
capri,
Uh,
like cargo capris or something.
okay.
Something Lizzie McGuire might wear.
got it. If
Yeah.
you were
Those
doing a
lines.
wholesome,
Capris.
Yeah.
if you were doing a
Capris
wholesome
haven't been
Y2K.
Yes.
in, right?
Mhm.
What are the ones that are like crazy?
Gauchos.
Yes, those things. Yeah.
Gauchos.
Those are
Yeah.
nuts looking.
I love those.
Yo, what is that?
Why are they
Feels
called
like
gauchos?
Each leg has its own separate dress.
I don't know, but it's very comfortable.
I
You
bet.
guys should.
I imagine.
I think
You
you
wanna get
guys
some
would enjoy
gauchos?
them.
You
We
think
could
that
do
would be?
Gaucho
You
Bros.
think
That'd be
Gaucho
good.
Bros?
I mean, all right. If you wanna workshop it, we can workshop it. I prefer Gouch Bros, but yeah.
First
Oh,
and
I thought you
Mumford.
said Gaucho Bros.
No, I like Gouch Bros.
I'm here to support you as your friend,
Yeah.
and get on board with Gouch Bros.
Yes,
Oh,
Yes.
dude. Yes,
Finally hit one.
yes.
From henceforth, whenever we go places, they will say the Gouch Bros are here.
They'll know too.
Where are the Gouch Bros? I think they're going to that place.
I
Yeah.
feel like this is an SNL skit in the making.
Which guys are the Gouch Bros? Oh, they're the ones in
In the Gauchos.
the Gauchos.
Are they brothers? I don't know.
You're focusing on
Never
the wrong.
asked.
You're focusing on the wrong part of it.
I never actually asked. They don't look like it. They don't really look like family.
It's not that kind of brothership,
Yeah, it's a different kind of
brotherhood, brothership.
Also, anytime somebody says bros, I never think that they're actually brothers with that person.
Can you
Like, you don't say, you say my brother
Yeah.
if you mean brother.
My brother.
Yeah, like now so many people say brother that aren't Hulk Hogan that you actually say no, like my actual blood brother. That you have to clarify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any words that you can use both suffixes of like hood and ship?
What?
Like I said, brothership.
Say that dumber. Say that whole sentence dumber.
I said brothership when I meant brotherhood, and I was like, well, that would mean the same thing. But are there? Both shouldn't
This
exist.
sounds
They sound the same
this
thing.
sounds like a question for not for me, for ChatGPT. They would instantly know the answer to your question.
I-
You're like, yeah, but I'm doing a bit, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know the answer.
yeah, like why is it brotherhood? Like you live in a neighborhood, but like there is like
You don't live in a neighborship.
yeah, but there is like good neighborship. I
Companionship.
get like there could be.
Companionhood? Companionship?
Yeah, companionhood would be weird. I think it's,
I don't think so. I think you got to pick one suffix.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's kind of strange. They're
Yeah.
kind of the same. I guess they're sort of different, but
Yeah. All right.
they're too similar.
You've made an excellent observation today.
Thank
And
you.
as your friend, I'm here to support that, but
Couch
tell you that I
Bros.
also don't know.
Couch Bros unite.
Yeah.
That was the segment. So that was if you know you're getting old when. If I used your answer, email me, john@eatroyo.com. Tell me which one was yours. You win 10 buckaroonies. Win a 10 spot. You can win more than once on the same show, though. So I would suggest waiting till the end of the episode to find out if you won like more than just the 10. All right. Next week's prompt. You ready for it? So this one, you comment this one in the comments. It's actually not for next week. It'll be in a few weeks probably. But you comment this one in the comments if you want to get in on the one in a few weeks. So the fill in the blank is the nastiest thing I eat on a regular basis. Or the nastiest thing I eat on a regular basis is blank. The nastiest thing you eat on a regular basis. Like you're eating it.
I feel like it's those girls eating like sea moss right now or something.
Yeah.
Are those
And
the
I
things
am
that- I wish it was
assuming
me.
there's gonna be some dudes who are like, hey, that's gonna be the most common answer. I guarantee it.
What's the CMOS thing? Are those the things that
Ass, eating ass.
It's
girls like? Is that the thing that looks like penises that girls eat on like? You know what I'm talking about though.
Crazy.
Those things that
They're eating.
they're like.
crazy. I'm not
they're eating
familiar with
dick-shaped
that
food?
at all.
You're not familiar with the dick-shaped
I
foods?
have
Not
8 of those
from-
at home.
Yeah.
On my mantle.
I don't
On
eat
the
'em.
mantle.
The sea moss, it's like it literally is. It's all green and stuff, and girl, I think it's for gut
You
health.
spoon
and
it.
stuff.
Yeah. Well, anything for
Spooner.
gut health. What are the shots?
Yeah.
The
Kombucha?
not kombucha. They're
Kombucha queen over there.
Yeah.
you're a big kombucha girly.
Wouldn't recommend. No,
Live
I,
the kombucha queen.
I got a nice buzz on that in my first period as well too.
In your
yeah.
first
Got
period
like
ever.
0.08. First one ever.
First time I ever had a period. Got a little kombucha buzz going. It was nice.
Oh,
It
no.
was nice. Not gonna lie. That's the way to do your period.
Well, that's probably true. I think if I were a girl getting her period, I'd get drunk too.
Yeah, you'd be 12 or
Yeah.
13, so it's a little weird, but we're not advocating for it officially.
Don't body shame
But
me.
if that's
I
what
remember my
happened to
first
Liv,
year.
that is her story. That's her journey.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a comforting presence around these areas.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
So brave.
All right, time for you guys to compete against the audience.
Let's compete.
Here is how the game works. We've asked a question. People have submitted stories based on that question or prompt. You both, Casey and Liv, have both submitted stories. Whoever wins the segment, could be you, could be an audience member, they win $100. Every audience member who beats you wins a free variety pack from Royo Bread Company, which is $45 value, baby.
Very nice.
And if we use your answer at all, you get $10.
Pretty worth it.
You guys don't get the $10. You were required. But
Okay.
Well,
you can still, you can still win. You can still win the whole thing.
I demand
Voting.
$10 next time, or I refuse.
Yeah. Now, this is I get to be the judge here of which story is the best, but obviously you're sitting here on the mics with me, so there's some I noticed last time Olivia, she did a little bit of persuade. She nudged me. She did a little nudging.
She massaged it.
I know she did. She got herself.
I did notice she got in early on the bodily fluid.
She slipped a pinky finger in the back door to see. That's what it was like. It
out
was
a
like I'm
little.
just.
Just the tip, a whole
she
new
was
meaning.
just like it was
Girls
just
can
gonna.
play just the tip too.
Just the
Yeah.
tip of the stick.
For sure.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got ahead of the game with the bodily fluids thing, knowing your
Yeah.
story was coming later with the bodily fluid. A good strategy.
I actually did forget that mine was going to be incorporated. I thought it was just like a surprise if mine was in there or not.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I know I didn't give you guys very much context. Now you guys know how the
we
game
really
is.
didn't.
Now that you know how the game is played on future episodes,
Now I know how to
fully
win.
expect- Yep. All right.
I wrote my stories
Here's the
on
prompt.
the way here.
Yeah. And that is
He's that good.
I don't want you to have to overthink it because I also
Well.
want to play this game with guests. If we ever get like comedian guests on things or any kind of guest, it's like I want to be able to play the game, and they're not going to want to overthink it, right? So.
Yeah,
All right.
true that.
Here's the prompt. Share a story that made you think, "Damn, I'm old."
Damn, I'm old. I-
My mom. Go ahead.
You want to know what immediately comes
Tell
to
your
my mind?
story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but my first initial reaction is,
Yeah.
damn, I'm old. I can't remember the story I wrote this morning and submitted to this prompt.
I know, I was trying to
I
think
am
back.
drawing a blank completely.
You will probably. I'm assuming you'll know it when you hear it.
Yeah, I definitely will, but yeah, I don't remember
Oh.
as of now at all what the subject matter even was.
When you submit a story same day, don't remember it, and then don't remember it when you hear it. Damn, I'm
That would be
old.
crazy.
Damn, I'm old.
Man,
That would
that
be-
is.
Yeah. is that what-
Damn, I have
Casey wins the whole thing.
Alzheimer's.
He's like, "Damn, that was me. I was trying to get you to do the other one."
Yeah.
Damn, I'm senile.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm Joe Biden.
Yeah. Really channeling it. Channeling the Biden. All right, first one. My mom has been bringing up my gray hairs at an increasing frequency.
Live.
I'm 33 years old.
Oh,
So no,
well.
not live. It's
No.
very hard to not give context clues on these, especially on an old one. This is okay. Moms do a thing. Casey doesn't know because
Moms do lots of things.
Casey doesn't know because he doesn't have a mom. Where they don't, their criticism, like it comes through as just an increasing frequency of talking about the topic. So like if they're like, "You're getting gray, you should color your hair." The way that they'll do that is they'll be like, "Wow, you've already got some gray coming in." I don't think I had any grays till I was maybe 40, 41. I don't think my sister had gray. Maybe I can text her. I can see if she. I don't think she has gray hair still. Maybe she colors her hair. I think she'd tell me though. Like they will just keep.
It's just a series of slights, right?
Right.
there,
Yeah.
for
Like
sure.
they're never gonna be like, "Get your together.
Yeah, go color it. Like,
Yeah.
here's my stylist.
Unless-
But moms are a special kind of person because they can be saying all that stuff that's like mean on his face, but with the tone of like, I'm proud of you for like,
Yeah.
I didn't even have any gray hairs. And I was like, well, I'm not trying. I don't
Yeah.
want them.
No,
Like,
you're like,
what
I didn't
the
even
hell?
try.
When you when you acknowledge it and like color out first, like what?
Me?
I didn't
Oh.
say. I didn't mean that.
I-
You're
Oh, that
always
was-
criticizing me for my gray hair. No, I wouldn't.
Oh, I think it's endearing, honey.
Looks are just on the surface. It's not. It doesn't even matter.
Doesn't matter that you're ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Sorry,
there is
cancel.
one different particular kind of mom, and I think it's usually when she has a boy, like a male child who's grown, who will just like literally be like, that jacket does not go with that shirt. You've got a stain on your shorts. Change your shorts, right? Like who just is outright constantly. But I think that's the minority.
Yeah, I
Big
think
time, yeah.
it's
I think
definitely
especially
driven
with
more to
daughters.
females, yeah.
Especially with daughters, they just like, how do I just subtly,
Yeah.
you know,
Subtly tell you look like
1,000 paper cuts? Yeah.
Really,
yeah,
the
it
best way
hurts
to
more. It
Yeah,
hurts
yeah.
more.
the best way to do it is you really do a lot of your work on the days where they look great, but you want to like plant the seed of them like just having some self-doubt, low
Yeah.
confidence, so that on
Yeah.
the days where they do look bad, they really take it to heart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not like they have like a healthy self-esteem built up to where when they get a legitimate, gripe, it's like, oh, that just rolls off my back. No big deal. I'm
Right.
plenty, I feel good about myself. They feel terrible already,
Right.
and you affirm that feeling.
I think moms of adult children, they need they want their kids' confidence to be at a certain like low threshold around them.
Yeah.
Right.
We really are supposed to be affirming our children's beliefs, and if they
And-
believe terrible things about themselves, you better
Right.
affirm those. So you're a bad
Who am
And
parent.
I would
to
like to
deny
follow
that.
all of that by saying, I love my mom. Of course, she never does that if she's watching this show right now. But
Mom, you
definitely-
do that to me.
she definitely does that. Yeah. Your mom.
Hey,
Uh,
Mom.
okay. I think I'm going to say the prompt again. Share a story that made you think, damn, I'm old. I saw a group of kids playing outside and thought, that's nice. Not enough kids play outside anymore.
Oh man.
Then I realized that's something my dad used to say. There's a lot of stuff that's like, damn it, that's my dad does that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moments like that.
A lot of
Yeah.
it is also realizing
It is
too-
funny to be like, wow, not enough kids play outside anymore. People said that about us when we were kids. 40 years, 35 years ago, like as soon as video games came out, people been saying that.
That's just our experience. I bet as soon as the radio came out,
That's true.
Mhm.
That's true. People were probably saying about my dad, who, when he was a kid, his family got a TV when he was like 10 or 12 or something like that.
all learned behavior,
Kids are not playing outside anymore. They're watching the TV all the time.
generational trauma,
Watching Johnny Carson.
and Johnny C.
Yep.
Damn it.
Yeah, you start saying,
They've been listening to
You start
FDR's
saying-
fireside chats all night. God,
you
get off the radio.
start saying things about the kids these days, or kids never anymore. That's some old.
These days is just an old term.
That's true.
These
I think
days means you've seen too many other days.
it's whatever. Like you're not using the phrase "kids" these days because you're like, oh, that's what old people say. But if you're adapting that in any way,
Yeah.
that's old.
When you say these little,
Yeah.
like you're old. Yeah.
These little.
These little assholes. just-
Yeah. Well, they
Yeah,
all are.
it's watching them do stuff that you did, and you're like, God, what a little punk.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
man, what a punk.
You know, nature has really done a number on us.
My parents would have never
Yeah.
let me. Yeah.
Evolution made us like think like babies and kids are like little and cute, so we don't like murder them and just like take all the resources for ourselves. But like that's done us a little bit of a disservice too, because like Hitler was a baby at one point. People thought he was cute, like
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Genghis Khan at one point he was less intimidating, right? Like Stalin,
Yeah.
he had a pacifier.
All of
probably
them
at one
were
point.
babies at a point in time.
And people were like, "Oh, how cute, sweet little baby!" And you're like, "That's a literal mass murderer."
You're making a lot of good points right now.
The word murderer is hard to
So
say.
what do we do?
Right?
What do we do?
Is that just
Murderer.
me?
In terms
Yeah.
of a kid.
It
I
is.
feel like a marble mouth when I
Right.
say that.
When we're murderer, you're just saying the word.
Murderer.
It's not just that you're talking about children.
It's a lot
your-
easier when I say murderer.
Yeah, murderer.
Murder.
Yeah, you got to put a little accent on it.
Murderer.
You got to put a little English on it.
Yeah,
Little
well,
Baxton. Okay. So of those two, I'm pretty mid on both those. I think they're making some good points, but no great stories there. All right. Share a story that made you think, damn, I'm old. I heard a song at a bar. I said, wow, this is a banger. The 22-year-old next to me goes, oh yeah, my mom used to play this when she cleaned. That.
It's just a bad use of the word banger. I think.
Yeah, I bet they didn't say that exact phrase. I think they're trying to shorten. You know what I mean? Maybe. I wouldn't know, but I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
That is a very relatable experience, though. Of all the experiences, I think am feeling that one the most of all of these.
I'm feeling that on number 2 right now the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 2. Wait, which one's that?
The second one.
Oh, the one. Not enough kids play
I don't
outside.
remember. I don't remember.
You can't count.
Not enough kids play outside anymore.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Okay. Heard a song at a bar. So okay, you got the mom bringing up gray hairs at an increasing frequency. You got that at 3rd at the moment, then.
I mean, I didn't I don't know how you come up with these. I just have one in the one spot and nothing else right now for me personally.
Well, I got to keep track of who beats you guys.
All right.
That's the
I
problem.
mean,
but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
I'm undecided on that. You guys decide on that one.
Okay.
My vote is for 2 in the lead right now.
Yeah.
Not my story
Yeah.
on the record. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know.
Share a story that made you think, "Damn, I'm old." A girl only a few years younger than me once said, "The Weeknd would end up being the newer, bigger Michael Jackson of this generation." Did I feel old for a sec? Sure. But at least I'm not a dumb broad like her.
That is true.
Man.
I didn't change any language in this. And this is making me think it might be you, Liv, because I don't actually remember which ones were your guys'.
Dumb broad.
She's
said
been saying
classy
broad a
broad,
lot.
okay?
She loves the word broad.
I said classy broad.
You've said broad multiple
How
times.
often do you hear the word broad?
I love that line.
Yeah, you do like broad. You say broad in lieu of saying.
Yeah.
You don't say, at least I'm not like her.
I'm a nice girl.
That's true.
You're a nice broad.
I'm a nice broad.
No, she's a classy broad. She's a nice broad.
Yeah.
No, that one took me a second to process.
The weekend. Let me do this again because this
Yeah,
is.
when you hear The Weeknd,
this
you're
is
thinking-
I
egregious.
was like, oh, Saturday, Sunday.
You guys. Wow.
Yeah,
I
it
really
is
like
just
Michael
that.
Jackson.
The Weeknd is going to be as big. I think the Weekends might be bigger than Michael Jackson. Everybody knows about the Weekends.
Yeah, everybody loves The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Nobody even has any negative feelings about it.
Yeah,
The
most
Weeknd
people are
didn't
pretty
touch
down with the
Weeknd.
Weekends.
The only thing bad about The Weeknd is when Michael Jackson was diddling kids on him.
Yeah, which is alleged. All right,
Allegedly diddling kids on The Weeknd.
We don't need the Jackson
Neverland.
estate breathing down our necks. All right.
It's crazy that you could say that sentence about him and like allegedly diddling kids on The Weeknd, and the weirdest part of the sentence is still at the Neverland Ranch. Like, what
Right.
the what kind of.
The Neverland.
Oh my God. I mean, I get it's totally on brand for him, but like,
Yeah.
nobody batted an eye at that. That's.
I think the best thing I've ever heard about Michael Jackson, I can't even remember who said this in an interview, but they're like, look, there's plenty of celebrities that have enough money to buy a giraffe. They could buy a giraffe.
Sure.
But only Michael Jackson has what I call giraffe money, where you got so much money, you would buy a giraffe.
Yeah.
'Cause you're like, whatever it takes. I don't know. What do you need to keep a giraffe? Big enclosure, bunch of food, high trees. Fine. I want a giraffe.
There is a certain level of wealth, even that regular people hit pretty often, I think, where like you're going grocery shopping, you stop looking at price tags, right?
Sure, yeah.
Michael Jackson hit
I
that
get the
level.
extra guac, that kind of thing.
Michael Jackson hit that level with circus animals.
Yeah. Would you like a rhinoceros with your giraffe? Sure, throw in the rhino. I don't.
Yeah,
I
buy
don't-
one get one free on the dolphins over there.
But we got a BOGO going.
Oh damn! Well,
Give me
they're gonna
five.
communicate. He's gonna need a pal.
Yeah, five dolphins, 5 for free. Hit me.
I
Yeah.
didn't get the biggest tank they had for no reason.
Yeah. Well, I don't have it yet, but you're gonna sell me that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the giraffe is just like extra guac to him. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I do want to go back to this one because I want to just emphasize for a second how egregious the statement is, and it didn't age well. So, I mean, maybe she just had a hot take at the time. She liked The Weeknd, this girl,
Right,
this
right.
dumb broad. She said The Weeknd would end up being the newer, bigger Michael Jackson.
That's the thing is like,
She was like, yeah, he's like Michael Jackson, but bigger.
That one angry.
You're like,
it
he's
sounds
from
so-
Toronto.
Oh,
Could-
Dad.
He's from Canada.
wait, seriously though, like, I don't know what the population is of the world right now compared to what it was when Michael was at his height, but like, could you even objectively be bigger? Not even as big. Is there even a tier above that? What Michael Jackson was like? He's kind of like one of the bell.
Yeah.
He even
fetters.
got that. He got that fake award that they made up, and it was like at some VMAs or something like that, and it was like best pop star
Of all time, forever, from
yeah,
here forth.
Right.
Yeah.
And by the way, all that stuff, all those awards and stuff that he won, not all of them, but a lot of them are still after beating all the allegations, which, by the way,
Yeah.
pretty good case. Pretty good case against. Pretty solid. Like most people, at least, are paying some kind of amount
Yeah.
of like at least settling out of court. I don't know if he even had to do that. Like, she's just below.
Well, I think that ended up being like they just didn't really have a very good case.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. There's a lot going on there. When your house is named the Neverland Ranch because you refuse to grow up and you invite kids over all the time,
Ignorant.
unsupervised children.
That's ignorant. You're being ignorant. That's so ignorant. That's ignorant. Where you guys at with this? Yeah. I mean, I know where this is sitting for me right now. Is this in the one spot for either of you?
I think this one's in the one spot.
It's
that
egregious.
one really angered me.
This one was crafted a little bit better than the other ones. I think is part of it too.
Well, I think it's
Yeah.
also just a bigger, like, I can't believe I'm hearing
It
this.
is egregious in the
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would be. I still resonate a lot with the kids not playing outside as much, but like that is kind of like you could say that in any generation. Whereas this one has some like sticking power specifically to like if you're our age, maybe even your age, borderline.
Yeah.
You're like, what the. Like the
Yeah.
weekend, like okay, I know
What?
he did a
Yeah.
Super Bowl, but
Remember
like
that guy.
you don't understand. If
Yeah.
Michael Jackson would have, they would have been like, "Do you want to do the whole decade of the
Super Bowls?
80s?"
Yeah.
Like,
Michael Jackson was too big to do a Super Bowl.
yeah,
He never got to that size. Like people do a Super Bowl, rare exception of Kendrick Lamar this year. People do a Super Bowl when they've downswung from their biggest.
This is how big Michael Jackson was. Michael Jackson was so big that his sister got to do the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it was one of the
Michael Jackson was so famous, his sister's titties are famous.
Yeah. Probably he's so famous that his sister just being at the Super Bowl probably resulted in the biggest Super Bowl halftime show of all time.
Well, not a fair sample. She also showed some nips. Not
Yeah.
nips. She
One
also
nip.
showed some pasty. It was a pasty.
One nip,
Justin.
yeah, not even.
Which, by the way, that's how you like. It's got to be a planned thing. You don't just wear star pasties around.
well, kind of by today's standards, that's not even like that crazy.
I'm wearing them now.
What's up? Prove it.
Same. Yeah.
I borrowed them actually from your bag, John. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Surprise.
he's getting comfortable.
I'm surprised they fit you. I've got large nipples.
Yep,
He
Baloney
really
Barb
does.
over
I
here.
can vouch. They're large nipples and they taste great.
Yeah.
And they taste great too.
Yeah.
That's thanks to the star.
There's lots of surface area. That's a big thing with taste.
Yeah.
You know you're getting. What's a story that made you think, "Damn, I'm old"? I threw my back out, grabbing laundry out of the dryer, like reaching slightly downward, ended my Saturday. My chiropractor said, "That's normal for your age." He's, oh yeah, no, that's a dude. Dudes be throwing their backs out, dude.
Well, yeah. I mean,
It's a dude. How many ladies you know are like, "Yep, threw my back out, getting laundry." That's like, no, you're already built for getting
women's
laundry.
bodies are specifically designed to get laundry out of the dryer.
Yeah.
This is what we've been like built up to.
Yeah, we're
in
built
our
for
life.
this.
Like they're sandwich makers, laundry doers,
We'd never throw
dishwashers.
it out open in the freezer or something.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Threw my back out grabbing it is very relatable to have an injury from like I've been it's happened maybe a couple months ago. I go in to play basketball, right? Sit down on this like step, put my shoes on, stand up from the step. Have not touched a basketball yet. Stand up from the step, my back sees.
Nice.
Like
You're going home now?
not only can I not play,
Get changed again?
I cannot put my other shoes back on.
Oh, that's nice.
Those shoes are all the way down there. They're at my feet.
Mmm.
I gotta be like, hey, Jared, will you come
Take
put my shoes on for me?
Come down.
He's like,
Put my streets on. He's like, we haven't even played. I'm like, yeah, I know. I've got a situation.
yeah.
I gotta go, and I need you to put my shoes on for me.
Yeah. I gotta go.
It is relatable, is what I'm saying.
I started a cleanse and I shit myself.
Yeah.
Sorry, call
It
back to last
happens.
week.
Yeah. Yeah, relatable. I still like the weekend story first. Yeah, you know what? Here's my order right now. I'll just tell you where we're at. I'm gonna go. Group of kids playing outside. The weekend in first. Group of kids playing outside in second. Heard a song at a bar. 22-year-old said my mom used to listen to it. That's third. That is
Yeah.
that is a kick right in the crotch.
That one hits.
You know, or wherever women get kicked, that isn't nice.
Right
You guys
in
get
the
kicked right in the cooch.
It hurts. It hurts.
I mean, I think getting kicked anywhere hurts, but same force of kick to the cooch versus say the shin.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
I mean, there's no question for a man. The shin's
No.
bad.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong,
not great at all.
but you get one square.
Not even
not even
Ooh,
comparable.
Yeah.
That makes you like jump though too.
There needs to be a different
Mhm.
word for it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not a kick anymore.
It's no longer a kick. It's
It's an obliteration.
it is a attempted murder.
It should be.
Yeah.
Of my future children.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you've taken out my ability to reproduce.
That. Yeah.
You've affected my posterity.
Yeah. Hey, you know about the song thing? It actually is pretty similar to the other one, the Michael Jackson one. It's the same
It is,
sort
but
of thing.
it's just
I
yeah.
think what makes it more egregious, the Michael Jackson one, is when you're saying this song, you're talking about a specific song that's pretty like fixed to the time and had
Yeah.
like maybe a good run or whatever. But when you're talking about Michael Jackson, first of all, the run was so long, his whole body of work, and he went beyond music to like full blown culture.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not like saying like, oh yeah, my mom listened to like "Come On Eileen" like doing chores when I was
Right.
a kid.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
like, oh, you think it's a banger, huh? All right. Like it's like okay, Come On Eileen, great song. Probably young kids think it's old, but Michael Jackson, it's not The Weeknd. I just don't know how.
Yeah,
I don't know.
comparing it to the weekend too is just
Wow.
Like, I do get the
nuts.
vibe.
Was
I
this
do
was
agree
this
with
in
the,
a
like,
year-
you categorized him correctly. He belongs in that category. Just
What year was the weekend biggest? You know what I mean? Like it must have been when he was just
Like
hopping.
17, 18?
Yeah.
17, 18.
20 talking 2017, 2018.
2017.
So you were in high school, you were like at the end of high school.
Yeah.
No, hold on. We can't stop. I mean,
That's not right? That's not correct?
No, I just can't get the imagery out of my head. Like like colonial America, the weekend, like on a rowboat.
You're thinking 18, 17.
17, 18 is what she
Oh,
said.
1718. Yeah.
17, 18.
This is like Plymouth Rock.
Yeah,
Him like in the
Weekend,
front of the
like,
boat.
I
yeah.
can't feel my
That's
face
right,
when
I know.
I'm with you.
La, la, la. Yeah.
But there's America. All right.
Threw my back out grabbing laundry. All right, I'll give you my current rankings. Number 1, a girl, Michael Jackson. That's worse. Number 2,
It's gonna be tough to beat.
heard a song at the bar. That's my second. I know it's not your second, but I'm the judge.
Okay.
I get the final say.
You're skewed heavily.
Threw
towards
my
music.
back out grabbing laundry is close to number 2.
There are 2 back ones too, aren't there?
No.
Maybe I just imagined that.
Nope.
Wait, 2.
Nope.
Okay.
There are not yet.
Um,
There might be another back one coming. Who knows?
I don't know.
We got a few more, so I'm gonna pick up the pace a little bit.
Hit it.
The other day, I talked to a dude about sleep for 45 minutes. I wasn't trapped. It was voluntary. I chatted about pillows and mouth taping and optimal room temperatures like I was on an episode of fucking Joe Rogan.
Yeah. I don't even think this is weird. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
like, it sounds like an episode of Joe Rogan I listened to. Yeah.
Kids don't like sleep? Nah, they don't like
I
sleep.
think they don't talk about it, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't talk.
They're not talking about like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, no, you want the room at 68, 67. Oh, you know what? I don't know how I go 65 with 65. Wow. Have you tried the 8 sleep? I mean, it regulates the temperature right there in the mattress. Like, yeah, kids don't do that. Kids are like, give me a room that's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Not too dark though.
Mhm.
Kids are afraid of the dark.
That's true.
Kids are afraid of the dark.
Kids and Canadians.
I actually think that's something that the age of being afraid of the dark might be getting older.
Look, no one loves the
Fine.
dark. No one's like, yeah, you know what I love is when I can't see anything.
Black.
You take one of my senses away, I'm living.
Absolute darkness. I was
That's why I
born in the
thrive.
darkness.
Born in the dark. Yeah, this is I don't know. It was honestly, it's like a kind of a well-written story about like not a very big thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think I would have been a lot more hopeful about it if it were early on. There's just too much competition out there now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in last. It's in last. Next one. The other day I said, boy, these kids just don't have taste anymore. What is this new rap music they're listening to? I've reached the age where my brain can no longer keep up with rap lyrics. I like this one. It's like, yeah. I think that at an age, like think about when I liked rap music, my parents were like, what is this? What are they even saying? I don't even know what they're saying.
Mm.
I think you hit an age and your brain doesn't do it. Your brain can't keep up with new rap. So you can sing your rap songs that you know, the old ones that you already know the lyrics are in there. But new rap songs, I don't know what they're saying.
It's interesting because there's a small sample size. There's
Yeah.
only so many people who have existed since rap music became a thing.
Exactly. So this is like somebody who's
Yeah.
in an age like a 25 to 40.
Like I don't feel like I've aged out of rap, but like I don't keep up on it, so maybe I was already aged out early.
To be fair,
Yeah.
if it's mumble rap, they are not saying words.
That's
Yeah.
They're mumbling.
That's true.
They're not actually. That's not your brain. That's actually just what it is. It's the whole thing. That's the whole point.
That's pretty true. Yeah.
Yeah. They might have heard some mumble rap.
Maybe. But this
What do
is
you
the
think about new rap?
third music one, by the way.
What is your music?
Well,
Are you
I'm
a big
trying
rap
to
girly?
think of actual.
Do you
new
like
rap
Kendrick?
songs. Okay. Yeah.
A minor?
I do have a hard time
Minor.
keeping up with Kendrick's lyrics. Like
Well,
it takes a few listens.
some of them, but like I feel like there's two different categories. Like one that is actually like full rap, and then ones that are like would be on SoundCloud or something. And
Like
it's just,
SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just like
I think the new
it's just
SoundCloud rappers are
atrocious.
TikTok rappers now, right?
yes, yeah, that is.
Yeah.
I think that is the
She's
trend.
getting old.
Yeah. She's talking about SoundCloud rappers.
Oh
Like,
my
what are you? We're
Add
talking
me
about.
on Friendster, you freaking
Yeah.
weirdo.
What is this?
Yeah.
2014. Post Malone just put out White Iverson.
It's what I had on my MySpace account.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
on my
not a
page.
chance in hell you had a MySpace.
There's no chance.
No, I'd always hack into my sister's.
I
though.
heard about it.
Right,
I
yeah.
heard about my.
I knew about
I'd
my
always
fa-
hack in.
And just to clear the air, I would always hack into my sister's. Your sister is 15 years older than you. That sister?
9.
Oh, another sister.
Liv's got
I
multiple
think I was
sisters.
I think I was right on the cusp of like when it was. Well, I was also born right on the cusp of when it was
Liv's
moving out.
filthy.
We're 9 years older than you. Casey and I are.
Wait, how
So
many?
your sister's our age. Your other sister.
Well,
we
yeah,
have
yeah.
yeah, she's got sisters all across our age group.
all
for sure.
across the continent.
Got it.
So
Yeah. She's got hoes in
Spreading
all
their
different
seeds.
area
Yeah,
codes.
she got hoes and yeah, all of them. At least their dad did, or whoever's
Yeah.
making all them sisters.
I mean,
The other does
heard
your
a
dad
story or
just
two
does your
now.
dad just only make girls?
yeah, apparently
That's the I can relate. I only make girls.
he adopted one to keep it, try to ground it.
I
a
mean,
little
if you're
bit,
gonna,
but-
you only make girls,
boy.
and you adopt a boy. Okay,
Yeah.
He
all
just
right.
couldn't check a
That
lie, you
would
know?
be what I would do. If we had ever adopted, I'd be like, why would we're not doing a girl? I already make those. I can make them myself. Why I can
them
make
from
girls
scratch.
at home.
John, as a
This
as
is
a-
like when I would go to the store with my mom. I'd be like, "Can we get the Chex Mix?" She's like, "We can make those at home." That's how I feel about baby girls.
Oh,
John, as a fellow ex-chucker, chromosome,
Okay.
do you feel any emasculation or anything from not being able to produce a male offspring, like a true-born heir?
No. Let me tell you.
Like if this was a feudal system, all your would just be jacked by the next uplord, like the vassal.
If it was the feudal system and,
Strongest
I was
vassal.
worried about an heir, I just would get more concubines.
I'd be sweating.
I'd just be finding them concubines. You know.
Oh.
Find a
I don't know if Ken's
sister
gonna
or
like that.
cousin.
Well, look, if it's the feudal system, she's not gonna. She's gonna
If it's
keep
a
her mouth
feudal
shut about
system,
it.
what the hell is she doing inside?
Yeah, yeah. She's already should be a peasant.
Yeah,
But
Go
she's
wash
a
the
re-
clothes
she's-
on a thing.
Yeah.
On a
I don't know what
washboard.
those are.
No.
Washboard.
I don't.
See? This,
yeah,
this is why we need a girl here.
That one took me a second. That one took me a second. I'm
Well,
not that
it's
bright.
great having you here. Thank you.
Yeah.
God, washboard. What's that thing you put the dirty dishes in? God.
Yeah, what is that? Yes.
Sink.
See, this is why.
Good at it. She's good at it. Oh man, you really.
She knows all the things that
That's
that
No,
use
Liz,
water.
Get in there and make me a sandwich. You're not
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
anything.
No, so this might on the note of making females. This is what Mackenzie told me. This is a thing that I've like heard, and I don't know if it's true. She said she learned it in nursing school. I don't know if this is true, but now that I've heard it, I so badly want it to be true. She said that girl sperm, like X chromosome sperm, lasts longer, so they like don't burn up as quick, but they're slower.
Yeah.
And boys are faster, but they burn up faster. So it's like the boys are just going in there like, where is this? And the girls are like, they're waiting for all the other girls. They're like, hey, why don't we all get there together? They're just going slower.
So you're saying
You know.
even the, like
Yeah.
Y chromosome sperm are toxically masculine.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're competing, bro.
They're locking
They're
horns.
competing, right?
None of them get there before the slow women.
Well,
Oh,
they're
it's
just
women are just
sprinting, and
watching.
there's direct. They don't ask direction. They're just like, if I get the right, if I
You're
get
on
it right,
turn.
I win.
Yeah.
If I get it right, I win. But if I don't get it right on the first try, I'm not gonna make it anyway.
That
Stayed
is
on-
so symbolic, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even from the start.
Yeah, which is why I'm like this. Which is why I'm like it's. I don't think it's true, but she's saying she learned this in nursing school. She was pregnant. She doesn't remember it very well. If you had Mackenzie as your nurse, I would say you should be worried.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want it. She doesn't remember any of the stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I
I
want
have
that
heard
to
that
be true.
too, though.
I want that to be. You have
Yeah.
corroborate.
Oh, you want a boy?
I think it's science now.
You want a boy? You better stretch so that your body's all warmed up, so
Right.
that your swimmers can swim as fast as they can. Because boys.
I also wonder. You think maybe the girls they like get to, like they all get to the egg together, obviously, and then they just stand out there and they're like, you know what, you should go in because I just feel like you've been going through it lately, and then like, you know what, actually you've been so helpful this whole trip. I feel like you should go.
But you've always wanted to be born.
Yeah.
It's been like your dream since,
your
since
dream
I've
since
met
you-
you.
Since I've known you. You know what? You're right. I will go in, and that's when they're like, "Well, I mean, you would have taken a turn. You would have taken the wrong turn back there if I didn't tell you." So, I mean, I guess I'm just saying technically you wouldn't even be here.
But I'll be nice and let
Right.
you.
Yeah, but but you were gonna drip right. You were gonna drip out right at the beginning,
Honestly,
and I grabbed you.
And then some guy just swims right through. Bam!
seems like I don't know how to put this, but it seems like kind of a lesbian interaction for a X chromosome sperm to like penetrate an egg. You know what I mean?
It's a very dominant move.
Yeah, and there's like nothing, there's nothing male involved anymore.
Yeah.
And it's definitely sexual.
We don't need you
Bad
men
women
anymore.
are
I don't love the idea of it being sexual. They're like about to be
It's literally called
babies.
Sexual reproduction.
Right.
To be baby.
They're about to be
That is what
babies.
sex is.
Yeah, it was sexual until the egg was inseminated, and then it's like, nope, not sexual anymore because they're about to be babies now.
Yeah.
Now it's not sexual.
Yeah.
It was part of the sex before. Real weird thin
is
line
so
between sex and babies.
gross.
You know, like
Well, I mean,
yeah,
kind of go hand in hand.
right. But we don't like to think about babies and sex together.
I always do. I don't know about you. How do you ever finish?
Clip
You
it.
got that?
That's the clip. That's the clip. All right. The other.
Taking chances out here.
Yeah. Okay. You know you're old. Something you think makes you think, damn, I'm old. My younger
Oh, we have been so far. Okay.
my younger brother, who's 18 years old, told me, female 34, I rock the messy mom look. He meant it as a compliment.
Oh, it's so funny.
So her brother, who's 18, 16 years younger than her, said, you know, you rock the messy mom look. And she's like, I tried really hard today. Like I got up and got ready.
So I heard this a different way. Because I am a man, I assumed the brother was saying it to a boy,
I said, told me female 34.
and it was like disparaging. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
It's not. But I had
No,
to
he's like
rethink it.
trying to give his older sister a compliment. Like
Compliment, yeah.
you are rocking the messy mom look.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
she's like, I was going for the really tidy, put away mom. Like, got it together mom look. And I achieved messy. So what was it gonna be?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think messy is what a lot of women are actually like aiming for, though.
Purposely messy.
Right, like
Well, yeah, I was gonna
sculpted messy.
say.
Like, oh, I didn't try too hard. It's like you spent 2 hours to make it look like you didn't try too hard.
Uh-huh.
Very indie,
Is that it?
effortless.
When girls say
That's
a
what was my
natural
initial thought.
makeup look, it drives me crazy. I'm like,
You
any
mean
amount of
not
is
makeup?
Not natural. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh, it looks like a natural thing. I'm like, you just have a deranged brain about what you think your face looks like naturally, I guess. Like, because
Yeah.
that's not natural. It's fine. There's nothing wrong. I like it. It looks good.
Yeah, you don't hear guys being like, I want a beard that has a natural skin look. Like, I would like to grow a beard that has, just so it looks like naturally my skin.
It is an interesting.
It's like, no, this is a push-up bra for my face. This is doing the same thing makeup does for girls.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not pretending to be skin, which is
Right.
the one piece that's true. It's honest, more honest for sure.
Yeah,
You're
it's a
way more
very
honest
guy
than
version
makeup.
of it. But yeah. All right. I said Y2K in a sentence. The person I was talking to was a fully grown adult. He's done with college. He works at a marketing agency. He didn't know what I was talking about. I think I already gave this one away. This one I wrote because I didn't know if we'd get enough stories from you guys. I didn't know if I'd get the stories in time from you guys. So I'm throwing that one out because I think I already referenced it
Catch on
earlier
the
in
back.
this episode.
I don't even know why you read it.
What's that?
I don't even know why you read it.
Yeah, well, because I started reading it and then I was in it.
Ah, I've been there.
Yeah. Last one. I wanted to get tickets to see Taylor Swift with my adult daughter last year. I read on Reddit that people stand up for the whole show. My daughter went with her cousin. I stayed home with my husband. Best night I've had in a while. She's like, people standing. People stand this whole show.
Yeah.
They don't sit down at all.
And screaming during
Fuck
it.
that. I'm not going.
Yeah, but it's already a Taylor Swift show, and I don't know for how long.
She said adult daughter. So this is a daughter at least maybe in her 20s, early 20s.
Right.
So this could be a younger end mom in her 40s. She could like Taylor Swift.
Listen. That was only half my point. For as long as we've been kind of like saying like men are kind of like perpetually adolescents, kind of in like this
Mhm.
generation, like men aren't men anymore. It's like, all right, well, girls listen to like teeny bopping music isn't exactly like the most adult shit I've ever heard of in my life when you're 45 or whatever, Karen. Like,
Mhm.
like I think we're all doing a little bit of the like we take a little longer to grow up these days.
What about when men who are like 34 listen to mostly Taylor Swift? Just as a hypothetical, not like anyone in this room, just I'm saying like hypothetically, if that were the case.
Man. I mean, are we still 34? I think all the time we're 35.
I keep saying, do you know what I do?
That's another one. You know you're old when you forget how old you are.
What I do, I have a strategy.
Well, I mean, the math strategy works.
No. I have a
Okay.
strategy for aging and not being mad about my new age.
Okay.
And that is that I start saying it 4 to 6 months before.
Right.
So I get in the back half of the year, I'm like, yeah, I'm 35. Well, I'll be 35. I'll be 35 this year.
I've been doing that absent-mindedly, though.
You're like, I just think I'm already. Yeah, I'm 50.
I'm a natural pessimist. When somebody's like, how old are you? I'm like, I think I've turned 35 already.
As soon as it hits 25, you're like, I'm 35 now.
It's when we're in the calendar year, because I was born in 90, so I always just say whatever the calendar year is like 10 plus whatever year we're in.
Which, by the way, Casey and I both born back half of the calendar year. So it is kind of wild to be like, January 1, 2025, I am 35 years old.
But I do the same thing.
I do the same.
Though.
Yeah, I do it. Yep.
I do that.
All right, rankings.
Birthdays aren't real. Like, count the years. We should all turn the next age together on January 1st.
Yeah.
Birthdays. Hot take, but birthdays. They don't matter. Most birthdays people are depressed about.
Yeah.
You only enjoy a few at the early age of life. And, like, I think if we could collectively as a society be like, let's just not get too amped up about those ones so we don't get so depressed about the other ones.
Yeah.
Be a net positive, guys.
No.
Like, believing in Santa is fun, but remember how crushing it was when you found out
That is
he wasn't
true.
real? Or even worse, you found out that you were the only one who didn't know with your friends? I don't think it was worth believing in Santa Claus at that point. You're like, my parents f***ed me over.
Freshman year was a rough year for me.
I bet. And that was only, when you were preparing for this to happen in sophomore year. So
I know.
that was when your friends were laughing, but you didn't know why.
And I said, what?
Yeah, what the hell, guys?
I'm going home to bake my
He
cookies.
sees us when we're sleeping.
What? You're baking. So you were an old lady in high school.
No, like baking cookies
Bro,
for Santa.
this is
to
what
leave 'em
girls
out.
do, dude.
Got it.
Baking cookies.
No, I was
That's
a
true.
guy's
We do
guy
keep-
back in high school.
You do seem like a bro.
Back then.
Were
Look how
you?
I've been sitting this whole time.
Yeah,
You
look
do.
at you.
You do seem like a bro.
You can sit like a dude more than John can.
Balls out.
It's true. I'm not good at sitting.
Balls out.
I'm really bad at it. Yeah. I sit one way, and that's balls out.
Hell
No wonder
yeah.
why.
I don't half sit.
I like it.
All right, you guys ready for rankings?
Let's do it, yeah. Are we still in the first?
No,
we in-
we're in the second segment.
Thank God. Oh, man. I thought for a second we fumbled hard.
In ninth was the guy talking about sleep, chatting about sleep. Didn't love it. Didn't like it. I don't know.
Yeah.
That
not-
one's- I mean, relatable.
No, I liked
but-
it. Honestly, I liked all of it. All of the ones that make it are good because
Yeah.
they already narrowed down from quite a lot.
the victim of circumstance here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Number 8, wanted to get tickets to see Taylor Swift and my adult daughter last year. Read on Reddit, people stand up for the whole show. I actually think that could have just been written better. You know what I mean?
That's part of
Like,
it.
it
That's
is
part
like
of it.
The reason she bailed was because they're standing. They're
You
standing
can-
this whole show and they're yelling, and it's like, that's kid. You know?
There are two factors
Yeah.
to these rankings. It's how good is the story, like how good was the thing that happened,
Yeah.
and how good did you tell it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you need a good combination of both. You don't have to have the best one of either. I think if you were second place in both things, that's a pretty strong showing.
Yeah. The next one, 7th, my younger brother told me I rock the messy mom look. I think I'm like, for some reason, I'm not a mom, obviously, but I find that it's like, yeah, that was just the exact kind of thing your like 20-year-old brother would be like, I'm saying this as a compliment. You're like, it's not a compliment. What? How is that good? And then next one, 6, is the other day I said, boy, these kids just don't have taste anymore. Oh, what's this new rap music they're listening to? My brain no longer processes rap lyrics. That was number 6. And that was Liv.
That was me.
I edited your story. It was a little longer than that.
That's okay. Yeah, it was pretty long.
I was
time
like,
wise.
she might not know this is her story.
I was like,
That was number 6. So anybody who I said already, they did not win the variety pack of Royal Baby. But you did win $10 for us using the story, so congrats for that. Now, anybody who has beat Liv, from now they're going to get a variety pack.
I beat her up a ton. Oh.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah.
She can't handle a right hook. She's got a weak jaw.
That
chin.
That checks.
Yeah.
She's really shelling up right now. She's
Yeah.
not comfortable with this.
Yeah.
Are you all right? Are you safe? Do you blink
I'm going-
twice?
I just lost the dude pose.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden.
She's like, yeah, I need to make myself more physical threat. Make yourself more feminine.
Pull out like a sandwich.
Yeah, I have a sandwich.
A sandwich is always my go-to.
Yeah. So that was 6. So yeah, anyone who's beat, and then anyone who beats you, we'll give them two variety packs. Okay.
Get it.
So number 5, first one that gets the variety pack from Royal. My mom has been bringing up my gray hairs at an increasing frequency. I'm 33 years old. I think it's just, it hits. Yeah,
Yeah.
moms, they've got that gift. 4, I threw out my back grabbing laundry out of the dryer.
Yeah.
3, I saw a group of kids playing outside and thought, that's nice, not enough kids play outside anymore. 2, I heard a song in a bar and said, wow, this is a banger. And the 22-year-old next to me goes, oh yeah, my mom used to play that when she cleaned. And number 1, a girl only a few years younger than me once said, The Weeknd would end up being the newer, bigger Michael Jackson of this generation. Did I feel old for a sec? Sure. But at least I'm not a dumb broad like her. Written by the one and only Casey.
And she was a dumb broad.
You tried turning it on me here.
know, when
And
you
she was
said
a dumb
broad.
broad.
Did you know she says broad a lot?
No, but when I heard her say it, I bookmarked it in my ears.
Yeah.
You said, you fool.
Casey won the round.
Yeah.
I
That was
do
really
want to emphasize it's hard, even if you're funny and you are a good writer, because there's just so much volume.
Yeah, it's
That
tough.
is
beat.
true.
Yeah, like I've got a lot, so impressive for one of the hosts to
Yeah,
win.
Very
Congrats.
Nice.
$100 to Casey. Anybody who beat Liv gets a free variety pack from Arroyo. Anybody whose story we use gets $10. You email john@eatroyal.com. Next story prompt for episode should be 2 weeks or 3 weeks from now or something like that. What is something you used to think was normal until someone told you it wasn't?
Oh my God, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Everybody's got
There's
that.
a
A blind
Yeah,
spot.
I've got. I don't know if I
blind
have
spot.
more than anybody else, but I feel like immediately there's dozens.
I
of
thought it was
things.
normal that people could not see color. I thought it was normal people ran around looking for those Easter eggs and they couldn't see them. And somebody was like, "No, you're supposed to see them. They're a different color." And I said, "What's color?"
Yeah.
It's not going to be that though. You can't do that now. Did I just steal your story though? Was that it?
Well, yeah, I guess it's not my story now.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
It's the world story.
I think there's plenty. Like I said, there's plenty. There's
This
a lot.
is a very so as much as there's another prompt that we've used already that was like a very not Casey
I had
prompt.
a hard time. Yeah.
Real hard time with
yeah.
it. This one is a very Casey prompt. This is another one you could win, I think.
I mean,
But if Liv will return, I think, she beat you. She's beat you once. You've beat her once. 1-1.
that's
Head to
true.
head.
Yeah.
We're 1-1 right now.
You've got more audience victories than she does, though, because you won this
Fair.
round.
Leading
And
the
she
league.
was like 6 out of 9. So
You're lucky if I come back after this.
yeah.
Ooh, we'll see
Just
about
disrespect.
that.
All right.
Stir somewhere anyway.
Yeah. In all honesty, you are a drunk guy
Well,
right now. A little bit,
I mean, am I?
probably, right?
Probably.
Oh, it was a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Not really. That's a bit. You don't really drink that much anymore, and I feel
don't.
you need credit for that.
Yeah.
And I've been doing a whole lot of like Casey is a slob bits, and you're not.
I'm a slib.
Yeah. You're
Slib
a
seems
good guy.
Better.
You're getting healthy. You're losing weight.
Meeting.
You're looking so tan.
Oh, okay. All right, just do it.
You're looking so tan.
I know. Do it.
No, I'm just saying. You're getting healthy. You're looking good.
Come on. Get it over with.
And probably if you were somebody who also wanted to get healthy and look good like Casey, then you would maybe go to eatroyo.com and get yourself, some bagels and bread. And here's the thing. Here's what it really is. All right. We're out here, we're doing this podcast, we're trying to entertain people, right? We're making content. We're also giving them stuff, right? We're giving them money. You all eat bread and bagels already. You're not eating my bread and bagels. This is a company that I'm with, right? Like, you're not eating mine. So you're out there buying bread that is someone else's bread, and that hurts me.
Yeah. Plus, Royal looks a lot better if you don't shove it all in your mouth first.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
This isn't the best product placement, but
Like this fine cuisine.
Shout them out. All right. So next week's story prompt, or a couple weeks from now, story prompts. It's either 2 or 3. I got to get in the rhythm of this, but a couple weeks from now, just as a reminder. So put this in the YouTube comments. The first one is, what is the nastiest thing you eat on a regular basis? That's a fill in the blank, so it can be a quick one. Second one is, what is something you used to think was normal until someone told you it wasn't? That is the story prompt. So, feel free to be a little bit more elaborate on that one. And if we use your answer on either of those, you get $10 guaranteed. But you can also beat one of these jokers, or if we have a guest, you can beat the guest, and you can win even more stuff. We're doing also a random weekly winner. All right, didn't do this on the last one, but last week we're iterating. All right, we're iterating, we're pivoting, we're building this product.
we're pivoterating.
It's an MVP, and this is the 2.0 version, right? This week, weekly random giveaway winner. 2 Pete Holmes tickets. Somebody's going to see Pete Holmes. And it's a past commenter. So I'm going to I pick random commenters to win stuff sometimes. So you got to comment. Super Octavio 79. 2 tickets to see Pete Holmes live. Hopefully he's coming somewhere near you. He is touring like kind of all over. So I think hopefully.
What did Super Octavio comment?
I didn't write that, dude.
Oh,
sorry.
that would have.
Yeah,
That would have put a nice little bow on the whole
the
thing.
next iteration.
All right.
Iteration.
Iteration.
So yeah, shout out to Super Octavio 79. If you won anything, if you won any cash, if you won a Royo Variety Pack, hit me up, John at eatroyo.com, eatroyo.com. Tell me what you won, and so you have to, for this one, dark mode 57. Put that in the subject line, and then tell me, oh, I was this story, or I was this fill in the blank.
The episode numbers.
Yes.
In the last episode, I was very confused.
And
when
to be
I was
clear,
talking about
if you're like,
56.
wait, you're still iterating on this 57 episodes in, let me tell you, dark mode has been through some pivots.
It's
Okay.
been through an identity crisis.
It's been through some.
Multiple.
So yeah, this is a new format we're testing. So also, if you don't mind, give us a little feedback. Tell us how it could be better, worse, if you like it, whatever. That's all. Okay, bye.
Boom.
Thanks, Bambi.
Good to go.
Boom. Nice.
Oh.
Sweet.